You can do it.
I just put my tongue on this. Welcome to Good Mythical More. What we didn't say at the top of the episode was we got to tell our wives
Not to watch
this episode because
I think chances are she won't watch
by
it.
the time I pull all the plans together and they lock into place like in a beautiful heart, then I don't want her to know how much I was scrambling.
Yeah, well,
on the internet.
My wife watches the show and along with the kids, and they binge watch it. You know, I know a lot of you mythical beasts do that as well. It'll be Saturday morning, and all of a sudden it's just like I'll hear 4 or 5 episodes ripping, just ripping right there in the kitchen. And also, this is pretty cute. So Shepard has been listening to a lot of Rhett and Link music lately.
Okay.
The reason is because he lost a lot of his screen time for multiple offenses, and but he has audio time, and so he sits.
He's a podcast man now.
He sits in the kitchen where we have Alexa, and he tells Alexa to play Rhett and Link, and then he starts requesting specific songs, and he was in there for like an hour and a half, and it's interesting because I don't think we have so many songs out there,
yeah,
and he hasn't heard all of them. And so, like, he's like discovering some of them for the first time, and it's like I was like, this is kind of an amazing moment. It's like my son is like, oh, Dad, this is what Dad does. You know, they don't know. They think everybody's dad is a YouTuber.
Then you're like, get off the computer because I gotta look at women's spandex.
That's right, boy. Clear out.
Make way. Man. So I don't know.
Yeah, you still got a lot of work.
Shaking in my boots. I feel like I need to leave right now and work on that. I mean, give us some inspiration, Mythical Crew. What are the best laid plans of your Valentine's Day? No pun intended.
I feel like it's the commercial thing. It's somewhat true. Like you're like some years are commercial years where you're like it's everyone else is doing it. We should just stay in and be together.
But you have to discuss that, right? I mean, you have to discuss that. You can't be like. If one person in the relationship expects something to happen, the other person can't be like, well, this is commercial.
I think something always has to happen. That's the thing. Like, even if it's like, I made this dessert for you. If one thing doesn't happen, then someone's going to be disappointed.
So what did you decide?
Well, okay, this year, we're going to a restaurant, but Cassie, my girlfriend, has decided to take up coin collecting. She's one of those people. Rhett, you're kind of like this, where you like
takes up something new.
Yeah,
it goes pretty deep.
Knowing Cassie, I'm not surprised at all. I'm like, oh, yeah, she hasn't already taken up coin collecting.
Yeah, well, in her mind, she has, but she has like one coin, and then she just likes to look.
I can so relate to this. I can so relate to having one of something and feeling like you are that.
Yeah.
I think I have a coin in my pocket right now.
Not that kind of coin, son.
No, but she likes having like a pile of pennies and then looking at each one and being like, this is a 73 penny. And I'm like, okay.
Just nailed her voice too.
I got her like coin collecting gear for Valentine's Day because I thought that
was
would
like a
be
backpack
funny.
and boots. What, I don't know.
Is that like felt gloves?
It's like a leather like book that has like little slip pages and like a magnifying like light thing.
Well, you gotta get a close-up look at those coins that you don't have.
But the best part is I found coin collecting t-shirts on Amazon that like coin collectors have like come up with different sayings and print them on t-shirts.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
So I got her one. There was a couple that I really wanted, but they just weren't gonna ship on time. That was like, there's one that was like, this grandpa retired only for coin collecting, and I was like, perfect, but I couldn't get it.
What?
Yes.
This grandpa retired for coin
collecting. Like, they're not great. They're not great shirts.
Well, let's come up with some better ones right now. Like
the one that I got her is like one of those ones that's like, eat breakfast, check. Do something else, you have to live, check, and then it's like coin collecting.
I like that one. Now, I will say, in defense of coin collecting, my in-laws. So this is why coin collecting is so potentially awesome, right? Not just because it's fun, but because if you can individually collect a bunch of different coins, and then once you put it's the low cost of collecting one or two at a time, but then once you put them together in a set, the value goes up. They actually bought their first house for $90,000
Worth of
in
coins?
Wow.
And they had
Like dumping them
and
out?
I think they had paid $12,000 for all the coins, but over time they had increased. And no, because my father-in-law
I'm fine with
is
Cassie
like,
going through pennies.
but if you can invest $12,000 and get $90,000 back, like I'm not saying that always happens,
78 grand.
but it was some weird combo of like the right coins at the right time, collecting them, and so he's like, my father-in-law is like trying to get the kids into coin collecting. So like, Locke and Shepherd, like I don't know, I thought at one point I saw like a book with the same kind of thing you were saying, starting, and I think you got them like each a coin or something.
Kevin, what are you doing?
We're gonna stay
You're a
in and be
newlywed.
together.
What?
We're gonna stay in and be together.
It's one of those years.
Yeah, you can do that in the first year.
Actually, I didn't know what we were doing until last night. She's out of town, so she called me on the phone, and she decided what we were doing,
Yeah.
which was staying in and making veggie dumplings.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
What do you think I was gonna do?
Yeah, nothing. Meat
Making
dumplings.
coin tis.
Meat dumplings. Veggie dumplings is like the favorite thing that I make. Her favorite thing that I make.
Do you make the dough? Like, do you cut it out? Do you like? No.
We don't make the dough.
Oh, you just give the
Do you make the
Yeah.
veggies?
We grow the veggies.
We cut the veggies,
we
Cut
cut
the
them.
veggies.
and
And
we fold the dough, and then we steam.
That's pretty advanced.
Well,
I
Whole,
just-
Whole Foods will butcher the veggies for you now. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
They got a veggie butcher at Whole Foods.
I don't think that's called butcher.
How much you want to bet?
Veggie butcher? I don't really want to bet.
You have to bet.
It takes like
You called me on
an
it.
hour.
Come on, Eddie. Look it up on our screen.
It takes an hour.
It's
Eddie's not in here.
Well,
He's
my-
out there eating beef jerky.
My first year of marriage, Valentine's Day, that was when my wife's expectations were really, really high, and they've since, like I said, leveled out. But I got her a potted plant, and that was not what she expected. And then when we got into the specifics, I don't want to make my wife seem like she's this very difficult to please person. I mean, our first year of marriage, she was a little bit more than she is now, but something about the fact that it was a potted plant. It was like, she was like, it's not. This isn't.
But it lasts forever.
Let me educate you. This is not romantic.
But
The flowers need to be cut and then die very quickly in order for it to be romantic. I learned. I'm not, even when we're like together, like at Home Depot, like in the plant section, I'm like, I'm not buying anything. I'm scared now.
But I'm with you on that. They last forever. But you're also with me on the produce butcher, right? Come on, work with me.
Produce butcher.
Veggie butcher.
Is that real?
Yeah. Whole Foods' new Bryant Park store has a produce butcher.
No.
That is so ridiculous.
So is it only at Bryant Park?
I think it's a pilot program for Whole Foods. But, I mean, have you ever seen me try to cut veggies? I mean, I need the produce butcher. Veggie butcher, so what?
Have you guys been
I call
going to
him
that 365
Yeah,
thing
I
over there in your
love
neighborhood?
it.
I went there.
I ran into
for the
Lizzie
first
there.
time.
Yes.
What is that?
It's the new, like, a little bit more affordable, more traditional grocery store-ish Whole Foods. You know the 365 brand is like the
yeah.
equate of Whole Food.
Yeah.
And over in
Wait, Whole Foods.
it's in Silver Lake, right?
Yeah.
My friend referred to it as the Silver Lake Walmart.
Yeah.
But it's only groceries.
Well, they have food in there too. They have like a
Well, food is groceries.
hot food
Groceries.
Oh.
They
that you
have
can like
a
put
really
into
good
a.
hot bar.
It's kind of weird. They
Oh,
give you
like a bar.
You pay for the
Like a
size
deli
of the
bar.
box, and then you can stuff.
I like Whole
It's not
Foods.
the
box.
weight. No, Whole Foods is the weight.
Oh, it's just
Yeah,
the
this
size
is
of
the
the box.
size.
It's the size
You
of the
can jam
box.
as much as you want from the hot
Man.
bar of that box.
And they have like pre-marinated meats and a
lot
whole,
of
like
cookies.
That's where
organic
That's where Chris and I are going for
And
lunch.
at the checkout register, they have a little thing of rubber bands because everybody overflows there, so they have to like strap it down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they didn't think
I
that.
was
This is
like,
desperate places, man.
There's a restaurant next to it too.
Yeah.
You could go there for Valentine's Day.
Hey, I'm glad you guys asked what I'm doing. Actually, I'm available this year. I'm
Okay.
actually not doing anything.
Alex is
Alex-
not doing anything.
I'm available if anybody's interested. Like,
So do
trying to
you
hang
accept solicitations on Twitter?
Out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Fuck
so
Ellie.
Let's not use the term solicitation.
You can come over my place.
So
I'm trying to figure out.
are you saying that you want us to
No.
arrange something?
I mean,
Do you want? Can we choose your date for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
can I get a say in it? Can I get
No.
Okay, then probably not.
I just invited him to my place for dumplings.
Yeah, that's
We're probably gonna watch The Wire too.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is getting better
I
every.
finally convinced Kate to watch The Wire with me because I've been trying for like years.
Oh yeah.
And I told her, I was like, I sat through every episode of The Gilmore Girls.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to watch The Wire.
I don't. When I think romantic movies, I don't
No,
think of
she's
The
in. I
Wire.
kept telling her, I was like, McNulty, man, you're gonna love him. And like now we're like season 3, and the other day she was like, McNulty, I get it.
I get it. Okay.
All right, guys.
Anybody? Any other last plans anybody wants to throw out there? Spoil for their significant others?
Ellie.
Well, okay. I'm gonna get a really big Hershey Kiss.
Okay.
You know, like a jumbo one, which I don't think sounds very cool, but he doesn't like other chocolate. He doesn't like fancy chocolate. He always just wants a regular Hershey bar. That's the only thing that he likes. And it's the only thing I can think of.
I've gotten one of those big ones before. When it was pretty good.
So he's gonna be gnawing on that thing for the next year.
I know, it's kind of childish. I
It's so
actually
solid.
bought one of these for my 8th grade boyfriend.
Yeah, that was the last time I had one.
Yeah. And then I gave it to him, and he gave me $100 in cash.
All right.
So, hoping this year goes similar.
$100 in cash for Ellie.
We'll see.
Thanks for sticking around for Good Mythical More.
If you want to watch more, well, we don't have Good Mythical more, but we do have a lot more videos.
Here's 2 of them.
Also, click the circular channel icon to subscribe.